Today we're taking a look at one of the most creative and hilarious series out there, The Amazing World of Gumball.
Bruh.
Spanning across 6 seasons, this show is packed with wacky adventures, unexpected twists,
Dad, why do we have to go to school?
So you can get a job.
and tons of humor that appeal to both kids and adults alike.
But why do I need a job?
So you can earn money.
The story centers around the Watterson family, with the 12-year-old cat Gumball as the main character. Alongside his best friend and adoptive brother Darwin, a goldfish that grew legs, they tackle all kinds of bizarre challenges. Then there's Gumball's genius little sister, Aeneas, and of course their quirky parents Nicole and Richard, who often get caught up in the chaos. In this video, we'll go through each of the 6 seasons, from the earliest days of Gumball and Darwin's school adventures to the wild and unpredictable turns the show takes in the later seasons. Let's dive in!
The main characters.
Gumball Watterson. Gumball is our protagonist, a blue cat who is always up to some mischief. He's clever, impulsive, and has a knack for getting himself and his friends into all sorts of crazy situations.
Did you do something to this food? I don't know.
Gumball's creativity and imagination are boundless, and he often sees the world through a lens of exaggerated adventure. Darwin Watterson. Darwin is Gumball's adoptive brother and best friend. Originally a pet goldfish, Darwin underwent a magical transformation that turned him into a bipedal fish. He's loyal, kind-hearted, and often the voice of reason in Gumball's wild schemes. Aeneas Watterson. Aeneas is Gumball and Darwin's younger sister and the smartest member of the family. She's a genius at age 4 and often serves as the voice of wisdom and logic.
Oh, come on. Pika.
Despite her young age, she frequently tries to guide her brothers out of trouble, though they rarely listen. Nicole Watterson. Nicole is the strict but loving mother of the Watterson family. She's a cat who works as a housekeeper and takes her role as a parent very seriously. Nicole's fiery temper and high expectations often clash with Gumball's antics, leading to some memorable confrontations.
You are in so much trouble!
Richard Watterson.
Look at this dude.
Richard is the laid-back and somewhat dim-witted father of the family. He's a pink rabbit who loves to eat and sleep, often leaving the responsibility of parenting to Nicole. His childlike nature and easygoing personality often lead to humorous situations.
That's because I swapped the sugar.
Now that you've met the characters, we can finally start.
Season 1.
The journey begins with Season 1, introducing us to the eclectic town of Elmore and the Watterson family. The dynamic between Gumball, the optimistic but clumsy blue cat, and Darwin, his loyal and more sensible goldfish-turned brother, is established right away. This first season serves as the foundation for their friendship and sets the tone for the show's absurd yet heartwarming storytelling. Gumball is constantly in over his head, but it's his unshakable belief that he can solve any problem, despite how ridiculous his solutions are, that drives most episodes. For instance, in the DVD, Gumball and Darwin accidentally scratch a rented DVD and spend the entire episode in an escalating attempt to cover up the damage. What starts as a simple issue spirals into a bizarre series of events involving fire, destruction, and nearly ruining their parents' anniversary. This episode highlights the duo's chaotic energy and their tendency to make every situation worse in their attempts to fix things. A significant part of Season 1 is also focused on their school life. Episodes like The Pressure show how Gumball and Darwin navigate social situations like trying to act tough to impress their friends. This early on, Gumball's feelings for Penny Fitzgerald, a peanut with antlers, begin to develop, though his awkwardness leads to many humorous misunderstandings. This shy crush adds a recurring thread of awkward romance throughout the series. The season doesn't shy away from introducing strange, yet lovable side characters. We meet Tina Rex, a giant T-Rex who bullies the other students, and Principal Brown, the ever-worried school principal. Every character, no matter how bizarre, fits seamlessly into the surreal world of Elmore. Episodes like The Mystery, where the school is plagued by an unsolvable mystery involving a stinky locker, give us a glimpse into how random yet intricately connected the world can be. Season 1 ends with the episode The Fight, where Gumball finds himself in a battle of pride against Tina Rex. As with many Gumball episodes, what starts as a typical plot, trying to prove he's tough, quickly turns into an over-the-top mess involving huge fights, misunderstandings, and unexpected outcomes. This perfectly sets the stage for the chaos that will only increase in future seasons.
Season 2.
Your father had a job as a pizza delivery guy.
Season 2 takes everything that worked in Season 1 and cranks it up a notch. The episodes become more intricate, the humor gets sharper, and the world of Elmore starts to feel even more developed. This season continues to build on the relationships between the Wattersons, but also digs deeper into the lives of secondary characters. One standout moment is in The Job, where Gumball's father, Richard, decides to get a job, something he's notoriously avoided his entire life. Richard is a lazy, lovable dad who doesn't seem to take anything seriously, so his sudden desire to be productive is, of course, a disaster. He goes through a series of increasingly strange jobs, ranging from mascot to pizza delivery, all ending in ridiculous failure. This episode is a perfect encapsulation of Richard's character, well-meaning but completely incompetent. Gumball's obsession with popularity continues in episodes like The Knights, where he tries to win Tobias's respect by competing in a medieval-themed gym class duel. As usual, Gumball overestimates his abilities, leading to hilarious outcomes. Another fan-favorite episode from this season is The Fridge, which explores Gumball's competitive streak and his relationship with his siblings. In it, Gumball and Darwin become obsessed with trying to impress their mom, Nicole, after she puts a photo of Aeneas on the fridge, representing her pride in Aeneas's achievements. It's an episode that mixes both the usual Watterson chaos with moments of genuine family dynamics. This season also explores more abstract ideas, like in The Job, where the concept of time and physics is bent to fit the narrative. As the Wattersons get into crazier situations, the show starts playing more with reality, something that becomes a hallmark of the series.
Come back with my scooter before I forget why I'm running after you!
Season 3.
We'll continue in a second, but in the meantime, please subscribe to the channel, like it, and if you still write a comment, then I'll show you a secret sticker.
I don't care. We only have 2 minutes to get there. You do know there's a sidewalk, right?
Season 3 is a game changer for the series. This is where the Amazing World of Gumball begins experimenting heavily with its own format, often breaking the fourth wall or challenging traditional storytelling. The humor becomes more meta, and we start to see episodes that blur the lines between fiction and reality. One prime example is the episode The Extras, which shifts focus from Gumball and Darwin to the background characters of Elmore, exploring what happens when they're not the center of attention. It's an incredibly clever episode that pokes fun at the show's structure while giving depth to characters we usually overlook. Another notable episode is The Oracle, where Banana Joe's mom predicts that Gumball will lose a fight, and he spends the entire episode desperately trying to avoid this destiny. This episode plays with the concept of inevitability, as every step Gumball takes to change his fate only brings him closer to it. But perhaps the most significant development in Season 3 is Gumball's growing self-awareness. Episodes like The Nobody explore the idea that Gumball is part of a constructed world, setting the stage for deeper existential questions that become more prominent in later seasons. This season also sees the rise of Rob, who starts as a background character but evolves into Gumball's arch-nemesis. His transformation from a forgotten extra to a major villain is one of the most interesting character arcs in the series.
Season 4.
Kids these days, they just don't commit to anything. You know who I blame?
As we enter Season 4, Gumball continues to push boundaries, often playing with storytelling conventions and exploring new animation styles. The humor remains as sharp as ever, but the show also begins exploring deeper emotional themes, making for a season that balances comedy and heart. One of the best episodes of this season is The Disaster, where Rob finally takes on a more prominent role as Gumball's nemesis. In this episode, Rob steals a remote that allows him to manipulate time and space, and he uses it to wreak havoc on Gumball's life. The episode mixes action, suspense, and humor in a way that feels fresh and exciting. This storyline sets up Rob as a serious threat, adding a layer of tension to the otherwise lighthearted series. Another standout episode is The Signal, where Gumball begins noticing that everything around him is glitching, from the animation to the dialogue. This episode is a brilliant example of how the show plays with its own medium, using animation errors as a central plot point. It's a clever and surreal episode that showcases the creativity of the writing team. Season 4 also continues to develop the Watterson family dynamic. The show's ability to balance absurd comedy with heartfelt moments is one of its greatest strengths, and Season 4 leans into that balance more than ever before.
Season 5.
It all started a long time ago when Rob, the short version, please.
By the time we reach Season 5, Gumball has fully embraced its meta-humor and surreal storytelling. This season takes even more risks, often breaking the fourth wall and pushing the boundaries of what an animated show can do. A standout episode from this season is The Copycats, where Gumball and Darwin discover a Chinese knockoff version of their family. The episode is a hilarious commentary on intellectual property and imitation as the Wattersons go to war with their doppelgangers. This episode is a fan favorite, not only for its humor, but for its sharp social commentary.
Watch him obnoxious, laugh, and spoil yourself.
Another important episode is The Choices, which gives us a rare glimpse into Nicole Watterson's past. We see flashbacks to her youth and learn more about the choices she made that led to her current life. It's a poignant and heartfelt episode that adds depth to Nicole's character, reminding us that beneath her tough exterior, she's a loving and dedicated mother. Season 5 also marks a significant shift in Rob's character arc. He goes from being a background villain to a more complex antagonist, with motivations that go beyond simple revenge. Rob's growing obsession with Gumball and his desire to escape the confines of their world make him one of the most interesting characters in the series.
Season 6.
Just close your eyes and breathe deeply. You can do this.
The final season of The Amazing World of Gumball pushes the boundaries of the show's storytelling even further, blending comedy, drama, and meta-narratives in ways that set it apart from earlier seasons. Season 6 carries a sense of escalation as the stakes for Gumball, Darwin, and the rest of Elmore reach new heights. One of the most ambitious episodes in this season is The Future, where Rob, now fully aware of the show's fourth wall-breaking nature, seeks to manipulate the events of Elmore by using a device to foresee every possible future. This episode brings Rob's storyline full circle, making him one of the most complex characters in the series. His desperation to escape the confines of the show's world leads to increasingly intense confrontations with Gumball. Rob's arc, which began as a comical villain, ends up exploring deeper themes about fate, free will, and identity. Another fan-favorite episode is The Inquisition, which plays with the concept of conformity. In this episode, a mysterious new principal arrives at Elmore Junior High and starts enforcing strict rules that strip away the individuality of the students. The episode's visual style changes as each character is forced into a more normal appearance, losing the bizarre charm that defines the town. Gumball, Darwin, and their friends must fight to retain their individuality in what feels like a commentary on creativity and the importance of being yourself. In terms of character development, Penny and Gumball's relationship continues to grow. After seasons of shy, awkward interactions, their bond becomes more genuine and grounded. Penny's arc of self-acceptance, which culminates in the episode The Shell from earlier seasons, now allows her to be more confident in her interactions with Gumball. They share more sincere moments, but the show still keeps their dynamic playful, never letting it become overly serious. One of the standout elements of Season 6 is its self-awareness. Many episodes explore the idea that Gumball and the other characters are aware, on some level, that they are part of a fictional world. This culminates in moments where the show plays with animation styles and narrative conventions in ways that are clever and unexpected. For instance, the web addresses how the characters are affected by internet culture, turning Gumball and Darwin into viral meme stars and poking fun at the ridiculousness of online trends. As the final season, Season 6 also gives us emotional closure with many of the characters. Episodes like The Heart focus on Mr. Robinson and his complex, grumpy yet loving relationship with his wife. Meanwhile, Richard and Nicole Watterson are given several moments to reflect on their eccentric family, reminding viewers that behind the wild antics, the Wattersons are deeply connected by love and loyalty. The season wraps up with The Inquisition, leaving the show's future open-ended and allowing fans to imagine where the characters might go next. The show doesn't tie up every loose end, but rather leaves the world of Elmore as chaotic, random, and unpredictable as it has always been.
The end.
And there you have it. A whirlwind tour through the incredible world of The Amazing World of Gumball. From the first season's introduction to the lovable Watterson family to the heartfelt conclusion of Season 6, this series has left an indelible mark on our hearts. Through laughter, tears, and countless adventures, Gumball, Darwin, and their friends taught us valuable lessons about friendship, family, and the importance of staying true to ourselves. Elmore may be a quirky town, but its messages are universal and resonate with audiences of all ages. As we say goodbye to Elmore and its inhabitants, we're left with cherished memories and a sense of warmth. The Amazing World of Gumball will forever hold a special place in our hearts, reminding us that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary things can happen.